morning, friends and adventurers. Heather here from Heather's Hikes and Adventures. We are no longer inside Everglades National Park, but we are in the Florida Everglades, and we will be inside the national park again soon, because today we are heading to the Shark Valley Visitor Center, and we are going to be covering the northern portion of the Everglades National Park that you get to along like the Tamiami Trail. So without further ado, let's see what it's all about, because I've never been before. According to Greta, my GPS, it is about an hour, a little over, between the Ernest F. Coe Visitor Center and the Shark Valley Visitor Center. So it is quite a distance between, so you're going to want to take that into consideration when planning your trip to the Everglades if you want to see both sides of the park, and if you want to get into Big Cypress as well. Just keep in mind that there is quite a distance between the two entrances, just because it covers such a vast area. Now, one place you have to stop when you're in the southern portion of Everglades is Robert Is Here Fruitstand. I have covered this before on a previous video, so I will link that below as well. But I highly recommend a stop on your way into or out of the southern entrance. It's only a few miles from the southern entrance to the park, and it is a world-renowned, famous family establishment that has been in operation since the 1950s. They have amazing smoothies and milkshakes. They're also known for their authentic Cuban sandwiches, and they have some really cool exotic fruits and other cool things to check out while you're there. So make it a stop. Here on my right, if I were to turn right, is Everglades Alligator Farm. I'm pretty sure that's what supplies the Everglades Gator Grill
36 for 2 miles.
With their gator bites, but I could be wrong. Speaking of Everglades Gator Grill, there it is on the left right now. And it's before 11, so that's why nobody's in the parking lot. Let's check it out. Oh, there's a little sign that says the southernmost purple martin house in the continental United States. How cool is that? Get over here. You are definitely going to want to come early so that you can avoid a really long line. But as you can see, there's all kinds of cool stuff to see while you're waiting. Hi, can I do the mango, strawberry, pineapple sweetened with honey?
And you want honey? It'll be $1.
How much shop did I get out of there, man? Yeah, come to the sea house, right? If you have a
my gosh, that homemade salsa looks so good. Here you can see all of their specialty sauces and salsas. Oh my gosh, peach salsa? Are you kidding me?
Okay, I'm gonna try not to get lost.
Got a rainbow eucalyptus. Very cool. Holy moly, look at that iguana. I gotta go get my camera.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Thank you so much. You too.
We got a 8.
I know I'm far from original based on other people's videos I've seen when I say this, but I don't know how the heck they make these so darn creamy when there's no milk in the ice only ones. It's literally fruit, ice, and honey. Seriously, the best smoothie I've ever had. I cannot recommend it enough. I haven't tried any of their specialty flavors, but just passed one of 3 of the official licensed airboat tours that are allowed to actually go inside of the Everglades National Park boundaries. That one was Cooperstown or Coopertown. The other 2 are Everglades Safari Park and Gator Park. I think those are the names. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself here. I think we're gonna do the Everglades Safari one, but I'm pretty sure it's right next to the Gator Park one. So we're gonna stop at one of those 2 for an airboat tour. I've never been on an airboat tour before, even though I've lived in Florida for like 40 plus years, so should be interesting. I'm not normally a huge fan since they're so loud and, you know, I'm a wildlife photographer, but you kind of have to while you're in the Everglades, right? Just saying. Oh, I think I see it right ahead there on the left. Okay, so apparently there's been a change of plans. I should have known better and planned to get here earlier, but unfortunately they are full. So we'll just take a quick little peeky peek. Here you can see one of the airboats in action real quick. And we'll try to hit it on the way out of the Everglades, I mean. Our tram tour with the national park is scheduled for 4 p.m. so that we can check out the sunset over the Everglades, which I'm super excited about, and that's why I had to spoil the surprise and couldn't wait until we got there to tell you. So I think that that'll be really amazing. I got the last slot, literally. There was one space available when I booked it. So definitely book those in advance. Unlike the airboat tours, they do recommend that you book that in advance. I just realized I'm crooked, but since I'm driving, hopefully that's okay with you guys. So I'm really excited about that. What we are gonna do now is head into the park. I think there's a couple of small trails. We'll check those out now to scout them, and then check into camp right at 2 p.m. at first check-in. I'm excited about camp. I think there's only like 11 or 12 spots, so I think it's a pretty small campground, and it's supposed to be nice from what I've heard. So we shall see about that. And then once we get all settled in and figure out what we're going to be doing a little bit better, then we will head back to the visitor center and gift shop before we get on the tram. And I gotta charge my camera battery. Holy poop, let me do that right now. I have heard that the entrance into Shark Valley at the actual national park entrance gate can get a little squirrely this time of year, so we'll see if there's a line or not. I hope that there's not too big of a line because I gotta pee. Between the smoothie and the coffee, I need to pee. Well, we have lots and lots of vultures. Both black vultures and turkey vultures. I'm also seeing some gators and some cormorants. Okay, we're getting ready to turn onto Shark Valley Loop Road. All right, my friends, we are officially inside of the Shark Valley entrance. We haven't gone through the gate yet, but we just passed the national park sign, so technically we're inside of the park boundaries. We are currently waiting in line. It's a very narrow entrance road, just one lane in, one lane out, so I'm guessing that's why there's delays and backups here. There were cars parked alongside of Tamiami Trail just outside of the loop road, so that is an option if you don't mind hiking in. I don't know, I think we're still about maybe, it says once you turn on that we're only about 1/4 mile to the visitor center parking lot, so we'll see what happens. I don't know if we're going to be able to park right now anyways. I was going to stop there and go to the bathroom, but we might just need to head on to Big Cypress. So based on my initial assessment, you're definitely going to want to get to the north entrance of Everglades National Park, aka the Shark Valley Visitor Center entrance, either early or I would say after 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Just based on the entrance road in and what I've heard about how you can end up waiting quite a long time. Just in the few moments that I've been here, it looks like there's already cars backed up to the actual main highway. So definitely keep that in mind when you're planning your trip here. There's a lot of people that have parked on the side of the road and are walking in, which I don't blame them. I mean, it's only 1/4 mile up the road, so if you're able to park on the side of the highway and you feel safe leaving your car on the side of the highway, I don't, unless I don't have a choice, then you really don't have too far to walk, so that is an option. I personally don't mind being stuck here in traffic and leaving Tara running because it's charging up my Jackery at the moment, which got down to like 30-something% yesterday. So it needs a little bit of juice. So that's what we're doing now. All right, we officially made it in, guys. We're gonna see if we can find a parking.
Reservation. Like 4 seniors.
All right, we are heading to the Bobcat Boardwalk, which connects the east and west trams of this loop, apparently. There's Mama Gator and all the babies back there. To the boardwalk. So you can do the East Tram Trail or the West Tram Trail to get to the observation tower. And the Otter Cave Trail is underwater right now, according to the ranger, so that one's closed. But all right, that continues down the tram trail, and this connects to the other tram trail. It's only 0.2 miles, so we're just gonna make it a quick little loop. There's lots of little benches here where you can just kind of sit and listen, bird watch. It's essentially just walking through a big mangrove. This is the other tram that leads to the visitor observation tower. Okay, we're officially back out of the national park again. Really, it's just a teeny tiny, like, quarter-mile into the parking lot, and that's it. You either gotta walk, ride your bike, or take a tram tour the rest of the way to the observation tower, which is what we're gonna do later via the tram tour. It's about 2 hours total, so we should be getting back right around sunset. I figured that would be a beautiful time to do it so that I can see the the sun setting over the Everglades on the way back. So that brings us to right now. We are heading to camp to check in and figure out where we're going and get our lay of the land, since it's probably going to be dark when we get back to camp later. I'm thinking that we'll probably be finishing up right at sunset, and then I still got to get to the car and drive about 20 minutes back to camp. So it'll probably be pretty dark, but it should make for a very scenic time. And who knows, maybe I'll get lucky with a panther sighting. But we're just going to hang out at camp for about an hour or so. And then I have to be back around 15 minutes before the tram tour leaves. So I'll probably leave around 3:15. It's about 1:45 now. So that'll give me about an hour and a half at camp. And then we will be heading back for the tour. I think what I'm going to try to do is the airboat ride in the morning. I am going to go into Big Cypress and do the loop, the scenic loop there that goes around here and ends with the park again, so that I can do the airboat tour earlier in the morning before it gets too crowded. And then that way I can really give you the full experience and still show you everything, because I don't want to miss out on that. I think that that would be a really great thing to show you guys, and I know I don't want to miss out on it while I'm here. I might as well, you know, it might be a while before I get back again. So that's the plan. I'll see you at camp, and we'll check out the site. We'll check out our lovely vault toilet, which I purposely picked a site right next to in case I need to pee in the middle of the night. I'll be right next to the bathroom so that I don't have to go in Terra if I don't want to. Although I may still choose to, depending on how wildlife-y it is. You know, I always have this visual in my head of opening up my door in the middle of the night and stepping out onto an alligator or something crazy like that. And we don't want that to happen, so we'll see.
Continue on Loop Road, Big Cypress National Preserve for 7 miles.
Okay, my friends, we are officially on Loop Road, which is the scenic loop road that goes through Big Cypress National Preserve and takes you right near the entrance to Shark Valley. So we are going to check this out, look for any kind of wildlife or cool overlooks that we might see along the way, and end up at Mitchell Hammock Campground for now. So we're only going to be going about 6 or 7 miles in for the time being, but we are going to do the whole loop road tomorrow. As you can see, the speed limit on this road appears to be 30 miles per hour the whole way so far. We're only a couple miles in though. Makes sense. It's basically swampland. There's some residential homes when you first turn on, but aside from that, it's definitely all mangroves and swamp, so I can imagine that a lot of wildlife crosses on this road. I've already seen several gators just chilling on the side of the road. Lots of signs about alligator safety, that, like the one we just passed. Oh, have I mentioned how much I love trees? You guys may or may not have heard before. Okay, it looks like we're about a half a mile from camp. Entering some private property areas. We just passed another campground. Hopefully the check-in is at camp. I honestly have no idea how this works.
Turn left.
like this little gravel road that we're going down. I'm not gonna like it tonight when it's dark and I'm coming back on it. All right, it's telling me campground reservation is required. There's the camp host. I don't know if I just go to my site. Okay, here's a pit toilet. All right, there's site number 5, which happens to be very close to site number 4. I'm currently rechecking my reservation to see what I need to do as far as checking in, because all I did was pull up to my site. I don't know what I need to do to be here. If a ranger is going to come by, I don't know, but I want to make sure I have it figured out before I leave again, since it's going to be dark when I get back. I've got that whole area back there. I could set my tent up, but I'm not going to because I'm only going to be here overnight. There's the bathroom, food storage, bear-proof trash bin. Alright, so if you cannot store all of your food and toiletries inside your hard-sided vehicle, you have bear-proof lockers. You've got a vault toilet here. Let's check it out real quick. Oh, not bad. Somebody left their pants, but otherwise nice and clean. More campsites down that way, and then that goes back out to the entrance. Those are the rangers slash host. Just checked in with them so they know I'm here, and I told them I was going to be leaving for the tour and then coming back. And then if you go back here, you have this whole area that you can set up a tent. That's the next campsite over. You're interested in booking here, and to be honest, even though I haven't seen Monument Lake yet, and I know I'm supposed to have a water view, and you know, it's got showers and all of those amenities, like flush toilets and some more established campgrounds. I really like it here. I can just tell that there's wildlife all over the place. I'm gonna wander in a little bit and see if I see any owls. Oh no, I'm not. I've got to eat, or I'm gonna be hangry by the time my tour ends. All right. I'm just going to hang out here and have my bagged salad and hope a bear decides to stroll into camp that I can photograph. And then I'm going to head out for my tram tour.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Loop Road, Big Cypress National Reserve.
I really, really, really like this campsite. It has a great vibe and energy to it. I can tell you right now, I don't think Monument Lake is going to measure up to this one for my personal preferences. So next time I come back, I will definitely be booking here. Beautiful little quiet road in and out right off of the scenic loop. I can tell there's wildlife galore. I saw lots of birds. very clean, very well maintained, well kept. I like how accessible the toilet and the trash are to my site so that I don't have to walk far at all. I really love everything about it, to be honest. I'm really sad that I only booked one night. So I'm supposed to be there in about 20 minutes to check in. Well, not to check in, but to get on the tram. I lost track of time, just soaking in the peace of my campsite and chillax-a-taxin', maxin' and relaxin'. You get it. You get it. I haven't done that yet this trip. I've been going, so it was nice to just kind of chill and soak in the energy and peace and quiet. And now I am heading back to Shark Valley. Hopefully there will not be a line of cars. And we are gonna hop on the tram and take that to the observation tower, which should be really cool. I've got my camera battery charged back up. I'm charging my phone back up. So I am ready to go to bring the experience to you. Yay, no line this time. Woo-woo! All right, let me get my pass out. I'm not prepared at all. I'm telling you, I know I've mentioned it before, get a national parks pass.
We have a couple introductions and rules to go through, but first, we know that there's going to be somebody home, hopefully, because she has been there all day. As some of you may have heard me screaming at somebody crouching down next to the alligator. You don't do that. That's, I mean, now this is not my first tour, so I may be a little sassy. I also need more coffee, but I didn't have any, so just excuse my sassiness. Now this is a mom, and yes, she is a mom. There's her baby, Clutch. Now, she does have hatchlings, but I think she's hiding them very well.
Oh, but I love baby.
Alright, a couple introductions and rules. Okay, my name is Kelly. Hello. Hi. I'll be your tour guide for the next 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
I know I said it was a 2-hour tour, but I lied. 2-week tour. Most importantly, because he has our lives in his hands right now, could I please get a warm welcome for Ricky, our driver this afternoon. Now, while the tram is in motion, we're going a whopping 15 miles an hour. I ask you all to be seated, because I don't want you all to be projected or connected by skin. Okay, by skin. Now, this is bone. This is hard. Okay? This is bone. This acts as body armor for the crocodilians. Every species of crocodilian has osteoderm in their body armor. Now, these guys fight pretty gnarly, like, okay? I've seen with each other, yes. Great fights. You already saw these things. I would like to officially welcome you all to an entire crocodilian family has the strongest bite pressure in the world. Their bites are stronger than hippos, stronger than great whites, stronger than hyenas. The strongest alligator, specifically the strongest alligator bite ever recorded was 2,900 pounds. Kayak, I see a dorsal fin. And then I saw another dorsal fin. And then another one. It was a whole feeding frenzy of lemon sharks, literally all around my kayak. Like, all around. The fish were jumping out of the water. It was ridiculous. Of our bedrock, which is limestone, only has a few inches of marl on its surface, the soil. So year-round residents, also migratory residents, or migratory species as well. They're spread throughout all of North America. There's a couple, I think those great egrets? Yeah, those are 2 great egrets. One of them's eating something. of the females. There goes the pterodactyl. And the alligators, the reason why they have to regulate so much, those water loss from under the sidewalk. If they get too hot, the food inside their stomach will actually. I love the reactions. I love the reactions. Okay, so they're naturally bonsai, you can say. The limestone around the perimeter of the cypress dome is a lot higher. The roots already hit rock, stunting the growth of the trees. Remember I told you this occurs with depression. This one's a little bit too hot for that down here as well. So Clingmans Dome usually gets like 6-7 feet. Now, this is a very small example of a hardwood hammock. Okay, they can get miles long. While you're in Vineyard in South Florida, you brush your teeth, make a cup of coffee. That water at some point in time has formed Everglades. Comprehensive Everglades restoration plan. My friends, I find it in nature. Everything you need to live, you can find in nature. I think it's really easy for us to forget that today. Lion group, certain species check in, certain species. Now, of course, it's gradually. Well, yearlings and hatchlings. The larger ones, there's one directly across from the front tram, the front road. There's a larger one, that's the yearling from last year's clutch. And then the hatchlings, they're only about 4 months. Now she did have 33 when they all hatched, she turned 33. She actually built her nest on that trail. They're on it, but like literally on the edge of that trail. She does. They do the Batman pose. Double press forwards. It was not built by the purchase. It was built by a private company out of Texas. Now, Uncle Oil ended up donating this piece of land to, which is really cool because the crocodiles back there. You see that little bird? That was a big issue because people are leaving a lot of garbage. Now, you may not know Uncle Oil, but I'm positive you know ExxonMobil. They changed their name. We have a beautiful eastern coral snake. That is that red, yellow, and black banded snake. So thank you. That's the first time that's happened. I'm waiting for somebody to pull out an actual snake. That would be crazy. There is that gorgeous sunset for you guys. A lot of people don't like witchers because they smell and they eat dead things. But we need scavengers because if not, this place would be smelling really bad. So they are important. We're actually enjoying it. Has anybody gone skydiving? I'm getting Ricky and my other coworkers to go skydiving with me. You just have to plan a day where we can all take them. I don't know what that will be. is presence. That's the difference. So we're over the other side, so we're going to do ceremonies and almost exactly the same as the poison dart frogs, but they are indigenous to the island of Madagascar. They're tiny little frogs that are very colorful. They eat insects that give them toxins. And this is really cool because it's two completely different sides of the planet, species that evolve the same characteristics. It's awesome. There's a photo coming your way. I have two other snake littles. I'll say it before, I'm sorry. What? Senior and Ika as well with Coco, or pineapple, this pineapple. Look at that savage lady. Strike feeders, okay? They'll be waiting around in the shallow water looking for a fish. Now when the great blue heron strikes to spear its prey, it strikes at speeds up to 50 miles an hour to spear their fish. Yes. Sometimes if they don't realize the rock is right there, they've actually broken their beaks from hitting the rock too hard. And these guys will eat everything they can swallow. This is a python that was caught just west of where we are right now. This was a record feeder at the time. This is Big Cypress National Park. Doing anything that is in the rain for these snakes, you will get but you only see the top row teeth sticking out when their mouth is closed. Crocodiles look like they have more teeth because you see both top and bottom rows sticking out. Even wearing the you have to talk to us too. Please get a round of applause for Ricky. He kept us on the rail this time. He did an awesome job.
Heading back to camp. That was so much fun. Oh my gosh. 11 out of 10 recommend, especially the sunset one. It was not hot. It was gorgeous. It was not crowded. You got to see the sunset over the Everglades on the way back from the tower. Our tour guide was amazing. Her name was Kelly. Our driver was Ricky. They did a freaking awesome job. Shout out to the park and them because that was hands down my favorite thing so far, I think, and that's saying a lot.
Miles.
We're taking the scenic ride back into the Everglades today since we missed out on doing the boat tour yesterday. I had a very restful night at camp. I highly recommend that campground. I love it. I know for a fact I will be staying there again in the future. It just has wildlife written all over it. Literally, because there's bear boxes and bear-proof trash cans you have to use. But I got, well, not technically woken up, I had just woken up, but I was still groggy, to a cacophony of owls that sounded like they were basically inside my van. They were so close. To be honest, if I didn't know that they were barred owls, I probably would have been terrified because it was so loud and there were so many of them. Definitely a first experience for me and super cool. But I am gonna shut up. We're gonna get to Everglades Safari Park and try to hit up this airboat tour that we missed out on yesterday. And then we're gonna wrap up our Everglades National Park portion of the Everglades and move deep into Big Cypress for the next few days. We did it, friends. We found a parking space. Woohoo! That means we're going on an airboat tour, come on.
他是准时起床、准时出门、准时。
好了，我的错了。要不要问我吗？哎呦！
that's it for this portion of our Everglades adventure. We did quite a bit though. We stopped at Robert Is Here for a delicious smoothie and checked that out. We went to Shark Valley Visitor Center, did an awesome sunset tram tour. We stayed at a great campground, Mitchell's Landing, site number 5. Awesome primitive camping. And then we took an airboat tour, which I am so glad we went back for. I was really going back and forth last night on whether it was going to be worth it. I didn't know if I wanted to backtrack back into Everglades National Park versus going west more into Big Cypress and spending more time there. I really want to see a panther, and I knew that wouldn't happen on an airboat tour, but I'm so glad I did it. It was amazing. It was a really neat way to experience the Everglades. It was surprisingly peaceful. It was just really cool. Gives you a whole different perspective than when you're like standing on dry land, actually being in it. And I think this was my first official airboat tour ever. It was so smooth. It really is like kind of floating on air. I know that sounds stupid because duh, but it was very smooth, very calm. I mean, really just a great experience. Highly recommend. It really, between the tram tour, the night hike, all of the things that I've done that you'll have to check out in my previous video and that you've watched in this video, I think really gives you a good taste of Everglades National Park. So I'm going to shut up now. I want to thank you for watching. It means the world to me, as always. And I will see you on the next adventure as we get deeper into Big Cypress. All right, till then.